Hey there, welcome back. It is week 18, and we are getting ready for this week's social studies lesson. And we will be continuing with economics. So last week you were introduced to many different topics in economics. We talked about goods and services. These are things that are made to be sold or things that people can do for you that you can pay for. We also talked about consumers and producers. Producers are the people that make goods and provide services. Consumers are the people that use goods or need services. And then lastly, we spent some time learning about supply and demand, which can be a little confusing. But basically, what it comes down to is supply is the stuff that is available, and demand is how much people need it or want it. So when we have a high supply, when we have a high demand, that's going to cause prices to go up because the producers, the people that make the stuff, they know they can make money off of it. The other side of that is when you have a high supply and a low demand, not a lot of people want it. All of a sudden, you have this producer has all this stuff, they can't get rid of it. So to get rid of it, they're going to drop their price. And once they drop the price, people will buy it and make their money. That's the idea of supply. When we discussed economics, or when I introduced it to you last week, I explained to you that economics is about money. And we learned at the beginning of the week that it is about money because when we're talking about goods and services, um, you need to buy those things. So you need money. The same thing with being a consumer, somebody that uses goods and services. Well, you have to have the money if you want to get the thing. Producers, if they're making things, well, to make things, you need money. Right? And then, of course, supply and demand all revolves around money. If I don't have a lot of money to make a lot of stuff, I can't make a lot of stuff. If I don't have a lot of money to buy stuff, then I can't buy stuff. So, yes, economics is about money. However, we're going to learn throughout this week that economics is also about this word called production. Right? And that might sound a little familiar. I mentioned the word producer to you earlier. Right? Somebody makes something. Well, production is the idea of making stuff to make money. Right? And that is what economics is. It is money, it is production. You put it together, you have the money to make the stuff. So you produce it, you make it, and all of a sudden you have economics. That is how our world works. That is why we have things that are made in China instead of the United States because things in China are made more cheaply. And because of that, they can uh, put a higher cost or a higher price tag on things. Or they may make a lot of stuff, so they drop the price because they know that if I have a lot and I sell it for a little, more people will buy it and I'm still going to make some more money. Right? So that is the idea of economics. So as we work through the week, again, we will each day take a look at goods and services. We will also look at producers, consumers, and then lastly, we'll take a look at supply and demand. So for today's Nearpod, it's just a review of last week, just to get your mind going again, because I'm sure over the weekend you may have forgot some things. Being it was your first week back last week, I'm sure you're very tired, not used to working so much. So give you a little review. And then Tuesday, like I said, we'll do goods and services. Wednesday, consumers and producers. Thursday, we'll go ahead and and then finally on Friday, we will get to an activity for you to be able to show me everything you've learned, show me that you understand economics. Obviously, if you're able to show me that you do understand it, then we'll be able to move on. If you do not understand it, then we will go ahead and take a look at how we can uh, better help you to understand economics. Again, economics, that's the way our world works. If we don't at least have an idea of why we do the things that we do, then there's really no sense in being here. So we need to make sure we take this seriously. Take the time this week to get your Nearpods done. Again, I'm not hearing a lot. However, questions, they are welcomed. The only way you're going to learn is if you ask questions. I know I'm not giving you all the information in these Nearpods. I know there's more out there. So if you have a question, please ask. Otherwise, again, put the time and effort in, and I look forward to seeing what you learn and what you can show me you know about economics.